Buttons are hit. We are live. Believe it or not. Oh, hang on a second. They can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
They can't hear me because we're live on the Defenders of Kobold. That's how going live goes around here.
Uh-huh. We are semi-live.
Semi-live.
Yeah.
I blame it on Windows 11.
All right. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah,
that's definitely.
I have the update, but I haven't done it yet. I'm terrified too. Because
why would you?
Just pull the trigger, do it, man. You got to learn it anyway.
I want to.
Not yet.
Of that, but I just know it's going to break everything.
Learn it when you have to, in the moment, in an emergency, as all IT professionals do.
Yeah. 5 minutes before you need to do something important.
Screw this being prepared. If you're good enough, you can do it in the moment.
Yeah. But so we are back here. Defenders of Kobold playing basic fantasy RPG. The finale is tonight or next Friday if you guys take too long,
depending.
And I can't calculate time very well. Something like that. We'll see. But goal is to have the finale tonight. Last session, you guys finished getting Golik all kind of spruced up. You got his book back. He's feeling good in his elf form. You learned some information about who his apprentice is, and you found out that he was actually Athenheimer, the guy that hired you guys at the beginning of the campaign, who had been selecting mining sites for the company you guys were hired by. And I guess he had been part of the reason why all of these mining sites seem to be running into dungeons. So
how convenient.
Right. So with that knowledge, you knew that he was either going to be in one of the bases south of the city that you're in now, in Ostrovia, or he was going to be back in Beshkal, probably at one of the mining locations. So I think the plan was that you guys were going to check that base first because it's basically on the way.
Yeah.
And then see from there if he's not there, if you know where he is. That's pretty much where we pick up today. Was there anything you guys wanted to do in town before you headed out?
Hey, we should sell that stuff that we haven't sold.
Yeah, Joe, can we sell all of our stuff for 4,000 gold?
I mean, if you have 4,000 gold worth of stuff.
I mean, we do have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 4,000 gold, but
We just got all those spell lists too.
oh crap! Yeah, we do have the spell scrolls.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I have.
Yes, you guys got 17 scroll. You guys rolled like one away from the top of how many scrolls?
And then the party sold for profit all of the cool stuff they just got.
That's how adventuring works.
Right.
Actually go update our little loot chart with our scrolls that we actually have.
I was just getting ready to do that. In
Yeah,
fact,
I
just done
gave that list to you guys.
Oh, then we both have just done it probably.
Yeah. And I think you guys already divvied up those scrolls into who has what amongst yourselves, I believe. But yeah, so
if they've been divvied up, then we probably don't need them in the group inventory.
No, the ones, the divvied up ones we have. The selling ones I put down in the sell this shit list.
Got it. Okay.
How much? What's the sell this list at?
It's
in
loot.
our loot handout.
The loot handout. Sell this shit. Image.
Gosh, mouse. You're the worst mouse ever. I need to get.
How long does it take to level up in this?
I don't know. As soon as you say.
I mean, it's kind of up to you.
Well, I mean, like if you guys were to get 4,000,
I think we're
XP.
all about 4,000 XP away.
Hey, let's take a look.
I'm
at the
2,000
rules.
away. Because I'm a fitter. I am 2,000 away from my next thingy.
So with that
Yeah.
+2 and the rings, the +2 mail, and those 2 scrolls, that's a lot of money.
Oh, are they?
Like, yeah, just those items alone are a ton, and then you have all the rest. So I'd say you guys would be able to get like close enough to that I wouldn't mind you guys just getting that.
Just saying 4,000 XP.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, this game. Okay. You don't level up during an adventure. It's not until you complete your adventure.
What if you completed your last adventure just now and then
you would
like
level up. You would technically, it would stop you 1 point shy of the closest level. But you could just say, take 4,000 XP.
Just hand wave it. Like, you guys are getting rid of so much of that stuff.
Of finding the book that we knew where it was.
Because you guys are getting rid of so much of that stuff, and the point of that whole session was to get you guys outfitted for this fight, and you're not using a lot of it because it just by chance didn't work out. I think it's fair that you guys would be the next level.
We're using a fair amount
unless
of it.
Unless, Joe, you wanted to give us 14,000 XP.
I think that's a stretch.
Because that would hit level 5 for Jake and I.
Oh, yeah. No, let's just do level 4 here.
Cool.
4,000. Level up as we go. And plus, the next few things you guys are going to do and probably won't get too mechanic heavy. So, yeah, you guys can do that. Basically, so you guys spend, days shopping, selling, avoiding the eye of potentially unwanted folk, and you're able to get out not too difficultly. How are you guys going to travel to here? Because you may have different transportation methods available to you now.
Does Golik have cool magic to just get us there?
Well, you guys had the teleport hat. How many?
Oh, that's
how
right.
far does that go?
That was very limited, if I remember correctly.
Was it?
Yeah, like pretty much it was good for me.
Right.
But you could put everybody in a bag of holding and have them all hold their breath.
I can do 100 miles per level. So at level 4, I could do 400 miles. I can bring
And that puts you
around-
like within range of most of. That's a
And
huge range.
can't exceed 300 pounds.
That's why you put
Can't
us all in the
exceed
bag
300
of
pounds.
holding for no more than a handful of minutes.
Do we have a bag of holding?
Yeah, we
I think
do.
you do. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
We have a bag of holding and a bag of eating.
Don't
Yeah.
put us in that one.
No,
Yeah.
50-50. Okay, yeah.
Accidental teleportation TPK.
If everyone
I
wants to
Forget,
get
did
in
we
my
name
bag
them
of
to juke
holding,
ourselves?
I can teleport us 400 miles.
This is totally the safest answer.
Okay.
What are the
We got 4,000
discrepancies on
XP, is that
teleport
right?
too? Because so you'd be at your next level, I think.
Okay, so I'd be at.
You said we got 4,000?
Yep. So I think that's one level for each of you, maybe two for Dan.
What's the next level after
I just get
8,000
one
for
level.
fighters?
You'd be at level 4, Eddie. Next is level 5 at 1,600.
Now, if we were going if we did get
10,600
Oh,
or 1,000?
I'm sorry, 16,000 would be level 5.
16,000.
Yeah, so you're level
Okay.
4.
I'd have
So
to
I'm
get
at
to
level
20.
Yeah, we're just at what is this, 9,000 or
10,000.
10,000 then for everybody?
10,000.
Yeah, that's fine. 10,000. What level spell is teleport?
Level 5, actually.
Teleport level 5. Because there's a familiarity deal. So, because I don't think you guys have been to that stronghold that you need to go to,
Oh,
but
so we've
you've been on like the fork of the road by it.
We'll
So
just teleport there.
you could teleport there. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty easily. Okay. So yeah, I'll say you guys are able to do that. Let's do this. I get to roll to see if you really fuck it up.
Right.
Because you're
We're doing this in obviously the safest manner possible
yeah.
by having the party in it.
And then this is a place that you guys have viewed once because you've been by it once. And it's just like the fork in the road on the way there. And let's see. On target is. How do these ranges overlap?
Mm.
Oh, I'm reading the chart the wrong direction. I understand how that works now. Yeah, okay. You guys land on target, like dead center of that fork in the road.
Nice.
Chuck pops out with a flash and you dump your bag of holding as several people holding their breath fall out onto the ground. And
Well, good news. You've all survived another day.
Good news, everyone.
Golik actually had to ride along in the bag with you guys as well because he's not familiar with this fork in the road.
Yeah.
So he didn't know where to teleport to. So you dump him out. Yeah, so you guys are on this fork in the road. Probably about an hour out is this stronghold. You travel along. The whole way that you go there, you don't see anybody. And when you get to the stronghold, it's not a very like robust one. It's just kind of got like a round set of walls and like one large building. This was kind of like pretty much all it was a supply base. And Athenheimer said they had a temple there for resurrections for people that were still in debt to the company. Going there, though, the doors are open and there's nobody there.
Oh, well, this is surely a good sign.
Yep.
Come on in.
So walking in pretty quickly, you know that like it's dead. You don't hear anything. None of the torches around the site seem to be lit. You see a lot of blood on the ground in a bunch of different spots. There's like a lot of stonework and things, especially by the buildings, and there seems to be a lot of blood and just kind of random pools everywhere.
They had a
and you see
spaghetti
cart
fight.
tracks.
Ask us.
You see the cart that Athenheimer left you guys in because he had all the bodies in a cart and drove it here. And you see that cart there, but it's empty. And yeah, there's no people here. Inside the stronghold, if you searched it really quick, you would find a map room and a like supply room. And it looks like the supply room's been raided for all of the mining equipment. But there's like rations and a bunch of food and stuff that's still there that hasn't been touched.
Okay.
And in the map room, you would see there are 2 locations that are marked. So it looks like there's this giant table that's been laid out that's been pieced together with a whole bunch of different pages. Looking at it real quick, you see it looks like a bunch of people who had been mapping, like had their own copies of maps. And it looks like they were each doing particular regions of Veshkal, and they've overlaid them to where they line up, and there's kind of like this hodgepodge of papers, and it makes the giant area. And you see it's where all the mining sites have been marked. You see the mining site that you guys first started in, and then that's marked with a key that you see is it's like got a little pickaxe on it that represents the mine. And then you see other symbols that represent settlements. And you see there's like these weird arcane sigils next to each of the mining sites and a few of the settlements. And almost all of them have X's over the arcane sigils, except for 2 locations. And there's one that's straight south of the border, if you were to follow the road. And there's one that's straight east of that.
Okay.
Dear Golik,
So
does this
one
mean anything to you?
So Golik looks at it, and he's like, I recognize the language that these symbols are in, but it's in code. So unless I knew what he was getting at, I don't really know why he's marking them in this order, but I recognize the character set.
How about these circled places? Do they have any like significance that you recall?
I recognize the general layout of all these, though. Like these are locations that we used to have, like strongholds and laboratories and things. And after looking at it for a while, he's like, I guess some people have made settlements on top of them. And it looks like he's been mining at a lot of them. So I guess this is the map he was using to pick his site surveys. Looks like there's only 2 that haven't been marked off. So I'm assuming he's looking for something particular in one of these sites. I'm not sure. There's some of these sites I don't recognize at all. I knew about 5 of these, and there's like about 12. So he's like, I'm only familiar with a few of these. He does point, though, to the one that's not the one that's straight south, but the one that's to the east. The one that's straight south is in a mine. The one that's to the east is on a settlement. he points to the one at the settlement. He's like, that's the one that I remember last. That's where I winked out. And I don't remember really anything after that. My last memories were in that location.
That's one grain of sand that way over the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, if we think that's it, let's go that way. I mean,
I don't have much reason to think one way or the other than there's a memory of.
It would be within your teleport range, but you've never been there. And I don't think you could go off of just a map,
right,
to teleport. So you could get pretty close to the mine, because you were along the road that splits off to that mine. So you'd be able to teleport there pretty easily. See that mine.
If you're willing to do some reconnaissance to teleport us there, I could lend you my broom of flying so you could fly to both locations.
I'd be okay with that.
Very well.
But you have to let out a witchy cry as we fly through the sky.
Yeah.
Is that witchy enough?
Not even close.
The French witch.
What's the flight speed on that broom?
That I don't know. It just says 9 hours per day.
Mach 4?
9 hours per day.
They call this SR-71 Black Broom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fly at a speed of 40 feet. Ooh.
Per second. No, you're reading that wrong, Jake. That's the acceleration. It's 40 feet per second per second.
Yeah.
So you can carry 200 pounds and fly at a speed of 40 feet.
It's roughly 5 times the terminal velocity of gravity.
What is that, like?
Basically like a comfortable
speed?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too much faster than walking.
Oh, my movement's there, so just a little faster than walking.
Yeah.
But you can save your strength.
Yeah.
And it would
be at a
just
comfortable, consistent pace.
And it would take longer in the long run because you would have to fly there, then fly back.
And then teleport us there.
Yeah.
We could just walk in a direction.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Yep.
Psh, boring.
And it's mostly desert. You don't see any other settlements or anything locked out.
Gosh, we're gonna do this
so it wouldn't be too hard to navigate
with our feet.
I wonder if I could fit a horse in the bag of holding.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think horses are more than 500 pounds.
Probably.
And I don't think it would have to be asleep. And you could probably fit maybe a baby horse in there if you really, really tried.
I posit to you that you could fit some of a horse.
Some assembly required.
I mean, you could eventually, not a live horse. You could get all of a horse into one, though.
You could get 2/3 of a horse in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you rearrange it a little bit.
Right.
And just leave the guts on the ground.
You guys, in a similar fashion, though, are able to teleport south along the road. You head down a little bit, and you see that there is a mine. You don't see anybody at it. You do see bodies, though. You see what looks to be some people that are outfitted the same way that you saw the miners at the previous camp. You see about 3 of them dead on the ground, and you see one that looks like it's a miner at first, but they look a lot worse shape. Their skin's very discolored and kind of fused to their armor a little bit. They look very strange.
Golek.
Golek looks at it for a little bit, and he flips the body over, and you see that the face is pretty it's pretty ghoul-like, I guess. After he's looking at it for a bit, he says it looks like it's a very hastily lazily resurrected body.
Does this seem like your apprentice's handiwork, or?
I know he should be capable of doing that. Typically, it takes a little bit longer on his stuff. So either he had a whole lot to resurrect, or he's getting sloppy. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. This is very crude work. So either it wasn't important or it was rushed.
I believe
they probably just need to dig holes. Probably doesn't need to be great.
They're here for mining, probably.
Yep. But the other 3 bodies do look mostly normal. But they seem to have died of, like, you don't see any wounds or marks on them. They seem to have just collapsed from like exhaustion. Because they just seem real dried out, and it looks like they starved to death.
Well, I don't think he's here.
East after all.
Yep.
Perhaps so.
I can teleport us back to the original place, but then we're going to have to hole up for the night because I'm out of teleports after that.
But we got walk anyways, don't we?
Could do that.
Yeah. But
I guess that'd be up to you guys. Do you want to, like, you could teleport back to the stronghold and stay there pretty easily, or you could stay out here in the desert. Up to you guys.
I'd vote stronghold. I like a roof over my head.
It's a little more defensible in theory.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Less sand in my underpants.
Long rest.
Yeah. So you guys all climb back in the bag and teleport back. Long rest. New day. You're able to teleport back to the actually make sure you do. You don't wind up exactly at that mine. It's within eyesight, but you pop out like a little bit to the side of it. So you didn't roll badly enough to like completely miss, but yeah, way better than walking.
Way better than walking.
Yeah. After a bit, you're able to find your bearings and you start heading to the east. And you know it's going to be about a day's worth of travel. You'll probably be getting there when it's close to, not necessarily nighttime, but like getting later in the day, probably about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. When you get probably before midday, about 11 o'clock, you see over like one of the sand dunes, a person walking towards you guys, kind of. Not necessarily at you, but they seem to be walking the direction that you're coming from. And then after a bit, you see another person and another person. And it looks like there's a big line of people almost in single file that are just kind of trekking along.
Oh, this sounds strangely familiar.
It does. Oh,
yes, it does.
I don't
You
think
guys
have anything for special looking eyes.
wave.
I wave.
No binoculars. Dang.
Yep. So you wave. They seem to like ignore you guys, I guess. They don't wave back or anything. They're kind of a ways off. Like you guys are going parallel to each other in opposite directions. And you're far enough away that you can just like barely make out that they're people. As you guys continue to keep walking closer, you can tell that they're Vishkali. So they've got like native robes on and things. They seem to be people from the area. Big line of them. And as the line keeps getting longer and longer, you don't see the end of it yet because they're coming from over the hill. And you see all sorts of sizes and shapes of people walking with them. Some of them are carrying like baskets of things, and there's just a ton of people in a row.
There, Charlie. Why don't you fly over there and scout it out?
I think that's a good idea. I'll hop on my broom and I'll fly over. And when I say over, I do mean several feet over to take a good look-see at what all these people are up to.
Sure. As you start flying towards them, you see about 1 in every 5 people kind of like look up and seem to be a little bit more alert, and they start kind of walking towards the edge. They'll like break from the formation. The line kind of starts filling back in. And you see about 6 people walk up. They each have spears. And then once you start flying up, they just kind of stay close to the group of people and seem to be like circling it. They seem to be shouting something at you, but I don't know if you understand their tongue.
Let me check my understood languages because I assume I don't speak it. Could have sworn I had it written down somewhere. Is there a languages section, perhaps? There is not.
What race is your character?
Human, so. And his intelligence is trash, so it's doubtful.
Yeah, he probably doesn't understand what they're saying to him.
Yeah.
But they seem to be like very concerned, and they're just kind of like trying to shoo you away, pointing spears at you. But getting closer, you see it just looks to be like an entire village of people. You see like men, women, children, some elderly. They've all got stuff with them, and they're all just hobbling single file. And you've got enough height now that you can see over the side of the dune. And it looks like you've seen about half of it coming over. So it looks about a village's worth of people traveling to the west.
Well, I suppose I'll fly back and I'll say they're not only traveling in that direction, but they've also got an armed escort or some sort of guards or just people intended to keep people away. They're armed with spears. That much I know.
Yep. They didn't look particularly different than the townspeople. They just looked like probably like the men in the group that were of fighting age that had spears.
Enough for me to probably just ignore them for now. They're not bothering us.
Yeah.
Unless maybe we should head in the direction they're heading. They could be leading us to our quarry.
Or they're leaving.
They're heading like straight opposite of the direction you
They
guys
might
are
be
going.
leaving the direction that we're heading.
That's also a possibility, yes. Why they would be moving single file to do so, that's
Clearly they're
That's
sand
strange.
people, right?
well, if I understood people, I probably wouldn't be a wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're known to move in single file to conceal their tracks.
That would make concealing their track. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
This is
Especially if
new.
they're traveling through the desert. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just seems to be a village of people walking single file, straight, like completely parallel in opposite directions of you guys.
So head to where they are departing from, perhaps?
Yeah, I think that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Very
On the
well.
way.
He did say that the last location was a village, so it could be that they're vacating their village.
It seems that way. They have stuff with them.
Yes. And so you guys pass on the by this village of people, and as it gets to closer around 5 o'clock in the day, well, I guess you'd start seeing it about 4 o'clock. You see there's smoke and things off in the distance, straight east. And right around 5 o'clock, you come over the side of one of the hills. The smoke is ever getting closer to you as I guess you're getting closer to it. It's not moving, but you come over the side of one of the hills and you see probably where those people were leaving from. You see what looks like the remnants of a village that's been burned and raided. You see bodies of Ishkali people and of the mining company, the NRC, just kind of littered about. You see a few shambling bodies that are kind of limping around in the streets. Don't seem to have like any particular direction. And then on like the opposite side of this village, you see what looks like some of those ruins that you're familiar with, that a lot of these settlements are around, that probably have one of those monoliths for entering one of the dungeons.
Yeah, so maybe we should be looking for a monolith to spray wand juice at.
Yes, that's exactly how I'd choose to describe it too.
That's perfect.
All right. You guys are just going straight to the like ruins, or how are you moving about?
I guess I'll scout out ahead again with the broom to make sure that where we would be going wouldn't have several people with spears there.
Right.
So yeah, I'll hop on my broom, I'll fly up, and I'll try to get a good view of everything.
Okay. You fly up, you see that there are about 3 shambling, like limping people in the town, just kind of wandering aimlessly. And you see there are 2 people next to a monolith in the middle of the ruins. They're just kind of standing. They've got they're like kind of hunched over a bit. They're not like upright like you'd expect a guard to be.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll come back and I'll say it seems that the monolith is guarded by 2 hunchbacks, maybe, or very lazy people. And then there are a few people meandering around town with broken ankles, by the way they're walking.
Okay.
Well, that seems to lend some credibility that maybe we're at the right place.
Yes. So I suppose since there are only 2 people guarding this monolith and they're all lame, we could just go there, jump them, and head inside.
Cool.
Yeah.
I say that as someone not doing the jumping, of course.
I feel like I'm being volunteered for something here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
So wait, you're sneaking in?
I mean, that's sort of my job.
Can't you move super good quiet?
I can.
If only you could also be invisible at the same time.
If only.
Well, I'll go ahead and cast invisibility on you.
Oh. Well then. I can.
All right. So you're invisible and you are moving silently.
If you want to roll it, it's anything under 90.
I roll.
Okay. Then I'll just go and sneak up on one of them and probably backstab them.
Okay. So as you go into the ruins, you see that there are 2, looks like people that are kind of hunched over, almost as if they're like sleeping upright.
Mm-hmm.
But you're kind of hit with a not so great odor to get near them, and they appear to be zombies.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do an attack and see if I can knock one of them out real quick here.
Okay.
This should, in theory, go okay. Because I think I get a +9 on this.
What's everyone else doing?
I guess I'm holding back until
I scream for help.
he returns.
Okay.
Oh. I can't argue with that.
All right.
That's pretty persuasive right there.
Wow.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
I'll just roll it as is. 2. I do double damage because it's a sneak attack.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot
4 damage.
No,
Did you get a dagger?
I did.
Got a fancy dagger, I thought.
The +2 dagger.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm using. I have a -1 strength.
Is it only +2 to hit or not to damage?
I'm trying to remember. It's +2 to damage as well, but I'm a -1 strength. So I just took that out of the +2.
So
should
how does
I
it
take that
still
out of the-
-1?
Oh, because I'm terrible at math. It'd be 3.
Okay. Cool.
I think it would.
So,
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
wait, so you have like a -1
it'd be
strength
4.
score?
Sorry, I can't math at all. It'd be 4.
Okay.
Jesus.
You're fine.
1d4
yeah.
-1 +2.
Yes. Yeah, I was doing it out of order.
That's fine. Yeah, so 4 damage, double, so 8 damage.
I get double for it being a sneak attack, so I don't know what
Sneak
I get
attack,
for
right.
being a crit.
It
was a nat 20.
Yeah, crits are fun. You get a crit. Yeah, you obliterate it. And even without the double damage for the crit, the double damage of the sneak attack is enough to kill it.
Nice.
He goes down like a professional soccer player.
Yep.
Would I be able to attempt to kill the next one?
I would also say once you made that attack, your invisibility broke.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna
Dang.
ask about that. So you strike down this one. The other one sees you, and I'm gonna say the other one is monster reactions. So he is surprised. So you get an action on him.
All right. I can't imagine I'm going to get a sneak attack this time, but I'll go ahead and just attack him anyways. I get much less bonus this time.
Do you get a sneak attack if they're surprised?
I'm not sure. That's up to you.
Sneak attack.
Anytime I'm behind an opponent and it's reasonably likely the opponent doesn't know that I'm there. So if he's aware of me, then probably not.
All right. Damage. Thief usually can't make a sneak attack. Same opponent twice.
If they're aware of me, I'm going to say probably not.
Yeah, they're surprised, but they are aware of you. So yeah, no sneak attack.
Really?
Okay.
Can you minus a 1 to 0 damage?
I don't know if this has a minimum.
Well, I think the -1 +2 just becomes a +1 net. Because I think all the adjustments get
smashed together.
It'd be two either way then.
Yeah. So 2 damage. It's awake. It's up.
It's disappointing.
It kind of rightens itself up and readies its spear that it has, and it's going to make a strike at you.
Oh no!
What's your AC?
It's a surprising 17.
It does not hit.
AC.
Is this really slow, lumbering swipe? It's your turn.
Oh, hello.
All right.
I'm just going to use up all my luck for this session right now.
That's enough to kill it.
Yeah.
That you down them. Both of the zombies are dead. Monolith
Fancy
is
dagger
open.
for the win.
Well, not open.
Oh, yeah.
Monolith is point captured.
I did it.
Yep. So you're able to make your way back pretty easily. These ruins are not right next to the town, like they're kind of close to it. But if you circle wide, the people shambling around inside of the town don't really seem to notice you guys. So you're able to circle wide, coming through the side, and you all arrive to see 2 dead zombies and a monolith standing, just as you've seen the others.
All
juice
right.
it.
Absolutely. I'm going to pull out the wand and spray wand juice at this thing.
All right.
Wand juice.
You do so. You launch the wand. It hits the monolith. The same purple, melty liquid surface appears, and the portal opens.
Wand juice from concentrate.
How much more wand juice do we have in that thing?
At least
2 more,
2.
right?
Okay, so we can get out.
I think. Yeah. Yes.
That's important.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
In case any of us don't make it back, when we step inside, I'm going to try to hide it.
What's this?
By the entrance.
Yeah.
I wonder if teleport works if you don't know where you are.
I don't know. It also doesn't do interplanar.
Yeah.
So as long as you know where you're going, it might be fine.
Maybe.
As long as it's within range. Areas of a strong magical energy may make teleportation more hazardous or even impossible. So I think you guys would assume that you're able to teleport out, most likely. Maybe not super far away. You don't know like how far down these are. But it might be more dangerous to do that.
Yeah.
But you feel like it's possible.
We'll save that danger for when we need it.
Right.
Half of us will die quietly in a bag of holding. One of us will die miserably in a pile of rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
This sounds about right.
You become Swiss cheesed by sand as you're teleported 20 feet below one of the dunes. Yeah. No, so you guys step through. You see a very different sight when you come through this monolith. So when you pop out of this monolith, there's a kind of like a big circular room that you're in. And you seem to be standing in this raised part of dirt, and you're surrounded by this like donut-shaped pool of water around you. It seems to be pretty shallow because you can see the dirt through it. It's murky in a lot of places, but you can still see the ground through it. So it looks like it's shallow enough to wade through. It's very dark, but you do see like across from you on the opposite side of the shore, there's a giant set of double doors that have some torches lit by them. And you see that light's kind of reflecting around. You see some of that like dancing lights you would see at a pool just all over the inside of this room that you're in. And you see there's a bunch of like little maybe alchemy stations or something that are set up in the water here. You see all sorts of like glass vials and just little stations set up that are on these little floating rafts. There's about 4 of them.
Was this like the office in a pool concept thing going on here?
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Some eccentric billionaires like, I'm going to have the coolest office for my drones.
As well.
Don't see any people. Let's see.
I never do when I'm at the office either, Joe.
Yeah. Seem to be working from home.
A lot of something walking around, but I don't consider them people.
Oh, the harshness.
Ouch.
Well, at least you didn't just stab two of them to death. No.
They're friends, Joe. Friends. You guys are so mean. You shouldn't read too much into that.
Good save on that.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm an untrusting type, I might just take a rock and throw it out into the water and, look and listen.
So you throw a rock, it splashes, and there's like some bits of rubble and rock around you. And when it splashes, it seems to like part the water almost all the way. Like you can see that it's pretty shallow. And you just hear it click against the ground instantly. And you see that the ground is both like sand and there's some like worked stone in places that are poking out of it.
Okay, but nothing seems to be reacting to it.
Nope. You guys there for a little bit longer. Don't hear anything. Still very quiet. Water resettles eventually.
Well,
let's go.
No time like the present today, I guess.
All right. So you guys wade across. You should see now in D&D or in Roll20 that you are on a different map. And
Indeed.
You
gotta
are
go all the way
standing
to the top right corner.
Yes. So you see there's some torches. Why is it doing that? So you see there's like some torches in front. Right about here. There's a set of double doors here that are open, leading into what looks to be worked stone, pretty similar to the other dungeons and laboratories that you've seen around Veshkal.
Well, I suppose this is an opportunity for me to move silently.
Okay.
And kind of just take the lead here a little bit.
All right. You move silently up. You see immediately after coming through the doors, there is a set of stairs that lead up. A short flight of stairs.
Okay. I figure I'll kind of do the usual business, take the 10-foot pole and just kind of, work my way forwards.
You tap on your way forwards and you come to see there is a small room here.
The
polygon reveal tool.
Come on now, map.
There we go. So you see a room. So immediately upon coming up at the top of the stairs and walking in, you see there is a massive stone statue that seems to be kind of carved into the wall. It stands pretty tall and looks to be like the statue of a young man wearing robes. And they're standing proudly in like a very kind of formal posture, looking straight ahead.
Okay. I might kind of just check the floor throughout this room real quick, so that way we can get to the doors and possibly the statue.
Okay. Yeah, you sap around. Nothing seems to get tripped. You do see there are a few tripwires on the other staircase going up. You see there's like a set of tripwires that are cut. And you see there's like scorch marks on the ground by there.
Okay. So
as if it's been set off.
Someone's come through here ahead of us.
Yes. Looks to be. And then you see there's a like stone door that it's like just a big flat stone door sitting there, but it's got like kind of two cracks along the side of it. It's not completely flush with the walls. They're not big enough to get through, but you can see through them. And if you were to get it a little closer,
I might kind of wave the rest of everybody up and then,
yep,
do some peering.
Sure. So you look in and see there's another room. Can't see all of it from where you're at, but it appears to be kind of like this. So you see like another room that's got another similar door on the other side of it. Looks like this room is a little bit wider because you can't see in the corners of it from this doorway. But you just see like there's another chamber and then another door with a similar setup on the other side. It's pretty dark in here. There is no light sources, so you guys will have to have a torch at this point. Like you can kind of see in this room a little bit from the torchlight that's dancing around. It's kind of dim light, but after that next set of stairs, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Okay.
So I don't have to provide a light source.
I don't know that I have dark vision.
You human?
Halfling?
No.
I don't think so.
They just count as tiny humans, so they don't get dark vision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there were some torches back there. I'll go ahead and I'll grab them.
I know. It seems like being a thief is hard when you can't see in the dark.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But okay. Yeah, you were able to easily grab. They're on little sconces, so you grab one and bring it back inside. You're able to see better in the room.
Maybe we can inspect a statue.
Sure. So you look at the statue. Again, it seems to be carved into the wall. So it doesn't look like it's freestanding in a spot. It looks like it's worked out of, it was a solid piece of stone with the wall.
Okay.
And the stone's been worked, so it looks like it's a slightly different color. But you can tell it's just the same stone that's been worked differently, and that's why it appears to be lighter.
Okay. So if I bonk around on it, it all sounds like wall.
All sounds like wall as you're bonking around on it. As you're waving your torch around it, you make it, it's pretty easy to tell that it's looking straight ahead and its eyes seem to be empty sockets.
Do they line up with the gaps in the door or anything like that? Or
they do not line up with the gaps in the door, but they are pointed straight at that door.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if we put some light in them or something like that, maybe they'd do something. If I put a little oil and then tried to light it on fire or something, maybe.
Yeah, you can do that. You put a little bit of oil there, it fizzles out. Doesn't seem like it does anything.
It needs something for its eyeballs, but I'm not sure what.
Well, we could, because there was another passage, correct?
Yeah, there is. I was just hoping to find some way to cheese it.
I mean, if it's missing something in its eyes, my guess is some kind of gem or jewel or magic stone or, I don't know, fucking goat's testicles. We'll have to go search the dungeon.
I was going to ask Golik if he perhaps knew, maybe, but.
He looks at that statue for a little bit and he kind of traces its eyes and looks at the door. He looks back at it and he's like, I don't see any grooves or anything in the eyes. They're pretty rounded. It doesn't look like they're really slotted to fit anything, but it looks like the direction they're facing is deliberate. So maybe something's supposed to shine into them or something like that. But I can't tell. I don't remember this room. I don't remember this statue.
Okay. Well, for now, we'll file it away and move on.
Yeah. All right.
So,
he looks at as he's looking at the stone here, he does say, like, I know that's a door. When they're like that, they can be moved. So you can put a little bit of muscle into it and get it to slide or rotate.
Roland, that's all you, man.
Yeah, that's not a me thing.
It's all Eddie.
Yeah. I might take like a candle or something and then kind of continue on moving upwards, tapping along. Candle in one hand, so I'm not putting out too much light, and pull on the other. I can do my best to pretend to thief.
Yes. So you tap along. You see there's another room. It's got two more of these like stone doors on the left and the right. And then you see like there's another short flight of stairs going up.
Okay. I'll check the floor in here and then probably, give each of these doorways a little quick look-see and then move up to the stairs.
Okay. So you, they're pretty similar where they've got like little cracks on the side of them. So you can like see in the room slightly. And you see...
Just want to make sure there's not something important to see on either side of them.
I guess you wouldn't see. There's a corner there. So that's not how that works.
Oh, well. I've already forgotten.
Yeah. There you go. So, yeah, you see that there's like two more rooms on the other side, but you don't see anything in them from the door.
Then the cautious tapping will proceed.
All right. As you start tapping along here, you hear clinking of metal coming from this room that you're walking towards.
Okay. I'll try to not tap quite so loudly and maybe just kind of press and push it along and just press on the floor.
And then as you hear that, like, as you like stop and pause to listen to that for a little bit, you hear footsteps.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I'm time to candle out and maybe hide.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and fire up my ESP and focus down in that direction.
Sure. So you fire ESP. Let me double check how this interaction would work. That's a third level?
Second level.
Second level.
Yeah, second level.
Second level ESP. Tactic service thought of one or more targets. Okay. You hear absolutely nothing.
Okay. I'm not picking up any thoughts down there. Either they're
But you
behind
hear
something
footsteps.
or they're not thinking.
And the footsteps seem to be getting slowly louder. It seems like they're walking towards you slowly.
Is it an even sounding gait, or does it sound like shuffling or off kilter or anything?
Sounds like shuffling a little bit. It's like step, 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 step.
All right.
Okay.
You guys make a little noise down there, and I'll try to hide in the corridor. And when it gets like right up to me, then
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll fall back.
So there is what looks to be a skeleton wearing an NRC clothing that's walking up. And it.
If you need, I'm not proud of this one, but you can roll a 30 for my hide.
Ooh.
I don't know
Sees you.
why you wouldn't just, like, I don't know. Hide is so useless.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's weird how it's calculated. But it seems to notice you as you are hiding there on the edge. It seems to be kind of like responding to the sound, and it didn't know what it was, so it walks up. But once it sees you, it seems to get more readied and raise its weapon and starts walking towards you.
Okay, if it's apparent that it's coming right at me, then I'll go ahead and move away from it. If that's
Okay.
acceptable.
Yeah, you're able to. You outpace it if you hustle. So
Okay.
and it starts hobbling after you. My cat is attacking my legs. And then you hear another set of footsteps after it. So it looks like there were 2 in that room. They're hobbling down the stairs towards you guys.
Longbow it is.
Cowabunga it is.
Yeah.
Joe, I will wait
Okay.
till the first one comes up those or down those steps, and I'm right around the corner.
Mhm.
As soon as it comes down those steps, I'm going to take a swing at it.
Okay. You do so. Let's roll initiative too.
It's a D6, is it?
D6 plus your dex. Plus
Yeah.
or minus your dex.
I rolled a 7. So does Dan. Nice.
Nice.
I did not get a lot of mileage out of that +3.
Ooh, I have a roll for this. Nope, that's not right. You just get a D6 from me.
Then Jake. And then they roll
13s. They may not lick it. They are highly dexterous.
Skill 1 and skill 2. All right, Dan, you're up first.
Good. Well, this is easy. Longbow attack.
All right. You knock an arrow and let it fly, and it makes contact.
Darn it. I was hoping you were just going to throw the longbow.
Yeah.
Attack them, longbow.
I'm trying to remember. +2 against regenerators. Okay, these are probably not regenerators, are they?
No, they are not.
I think
Generators would be like trolls or something like that.
I'm pretty sure longbow damage is
damage.
1d6. So
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right.
and you don't add
Okay.
dex to your damage, and that's right.
Not on the bow. Yeah. Yep. So 4 damage. Seems pretty hurt, but it's still up. After that, it is Eddie.
Is it? Are they going to move forward?
It's not their turn yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and run in and attack now since
were you holding your action?
Yeah, I'm
still?
holding it. I'm holding at the bottom of the stairs. So
Okay. Yeah. So I'll say you do that. So passes by you. Check.
Good luck, guys. And I'm gonna stay back.
Chuck teleports.
I don't
to
teleport
3 feet
but
further back.
I've only got 3 more spells, and I don't want to waste them on the first enemies in this thing.
I'll throw a rock at
There's
him.
plenty
or
of
something.
rebel. You can
I'll
throw
a
like
rock. Yeah, I'll pick up a rock and toss it.
Sure. Yeah.
You want to
It's just fun.
strength or
D3.
dexterity?
Give me a strength. Why not?
Longbow is actually 1d8 damage.
I got a
That's
6.
crazy.
You do not hit. You throw a rock.
Throw a rock. It's a gnome-sized rock, so it's just barely larger than a pebble.
Yeah, it hits their shield like dead center,
Bing.
as if you were aiming for that.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I yell back, "That a boy, lad!"
I did what I did. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
So it moves down immediately upon coming down the stairs. What is happening? That get out of here, square. So immediately when it comes down, Eddie, you're swinging on him.
This is going to be fun.
Oh no!
Nope.
Oh no!
Oh
We're doing
no!
bad. Doing real bad.
Yeah.
It turns out it's not fun. It's not fun at
I
all.
miss, hit the side of the wall, cause a spark, notice all the kindling we didn't see in the dark, and we all die in a fire.
Who knew
Not quite,
that Joe
but you
hit
do
his
miss.
TPK in the entrance of the dungeon?
In the entrance of the dungeon. But my shiny armor makes it.
Mhm.
The floor was made out of flammable oil.
Oh, God.
Yes.
There's going to be a badass skeleton roaming these dungeons.
There are slugs full of TNT everywhere.
It also rolled a 1. So you both flail harmlessly at each other. Jake, your turn.
Well met, sir.
After seeing these two get into a slap fight, I'll think, oh man, I can kick their asses. I'll walk right up to the skeleton and I'll take a swing at it with my dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, I try to kick it in the nuts. It's got none because it's a skeleton. It swings too high because I'm a dwarf and I'm short.
This checks out so far.
Hey, that's
That
a
hits.
hit.
Damn it. The rest of the party's going to get a kill and I'm not.
But it only does 1 damage.
It's still up. It's looking real cracked though. After Jake, it is the other skeleton, and it's going to be stuck. Can't move past it. It's like at the top of the stairs waiting. Dan, goes back to your turn.
Wow. I didn't anticipate this. Let's try again.
That hits.
Only this time I realized my die was wrong for my longbow. It's actually a D8 +1.
Oh, and you kill it.
Yeah.
Dead.
Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could help.
Eddie, your turn.
Blink.
There's one up the stairs.
I'll yell at the first one as it crumbles to the ground. And don't you forget it. I'll move up slightly and attack this one on the stairs.
Okay. Roll. That's
There
a
we
hit.
go. That's
Oh,
better.
That's
And
good.
damage.
All right. Five damage.
Solid hit. It's still up. Looking pretty hurt. Chuck, your turn.
Oh, I throw a rock.
Time
Roll.
to kill steel.
15.
That hits.
God damn it.
Give me a
He's
D3.
going to steal my kill with a pebble.
1 damage.
You knock its arm off. It's still up though.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll yell
Looking
back.
real bad.
I'll yell back to the gnome. A fantastic shot.
I did it.
You disarmed
I
him.
did it.
You disarmed
Yeah,
him.
it drops its shield arm.
Fuck needs magic. I'm
Jake.
switching over to rockomancy.
I'm going to hop up these stairs thinking that I'm some sort of great swashbuckling hero, and I'm going to take a swipe at it with my dagger.
This can't possibly end in ruin. Oh my
Oh my
god.
Oh,
It can't.
You
Beautiful.
send
Oh, man.
powdered bone dust flying up the staircase.
Oh, man, this beats getting stabbed to death in the middle of an assault.
it does.
It had
Too
one health
cool to
left.
fail.
I bet. This This has got to be way better than stabbed to death.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys killed the two. You don't hear any more footsteps.
Damn straight we don't.
All right.
These
Well,
guys are candy asses. Let's get in there and get them.
Let's get in there and win the day.
So you see up the stairs, there's like a small kind of squarish room. You see two doorways. One has a similar door to the other ones that you've seen where it's got like the slight cracks on either side. And then you see there's like another doorway, but there aren't any cracks in it. And it looks like a significantly heavier slab sitting in a groove. Looks like it
Okay.
kind of fell in place.
Well, I'll do our regular procedure of the tip tapping, and then we'll peer through this last
Okay.
gap, and then we'll maybe inspect the door.
Okay.
We may have
You look
some
through.
going backwards to do.
You see
Joe,
there's a room
can
in
I-
there. You can't see the
Can
sides of
I
it though.
inspect for slanting passages, traps, shifting walls, and new construction?
Yes.
That
Can.
is a 1 or 2 on a D6.
Okay. You say that list again to me.
Sorry, it's able to detect slanting passages, traps, shifting walls, and new construction.
Okay. So I'm just gonna give you that for like the entire area that you've been in. You know that this here, this like slab here is a shifting wall.
Okay.
And you know that this statue is new construction,
Interesting.
relatively new construction. That
Something
may
is
also be
afoot.
why it's significantly lighter stone color. That's what gives it away for you. Like a lot of the stone on the walls and these doors looks to be significantly older and kind of weathered. And that statue seems to be pretty freshly carved, relatively. Yeah. See that this is like a heavy shifting wall. Something has to happen to it. It's it shifts, but upon inspection, it looks like you can't do it with your hands. It's some sort of mechanism or something that's like keeping it locked in place for right now.
We got a puzzle to solve.
We're bad
Puzzle.
at these.
But you said these other doors, these little gapped doors, can be opened, right?
They can be moved
Yes.
with some muscle. Looking
Some
at you, Eddie.
missiles.
I
That's
have
not
some
me.
muscle.
I have negative muscle.
I don't have muscle.
Would you like me to muscle a door?
Yes.
Sure. So,
Hmm.
you see, it's basically like you see grooves in the side of the wall, and then there's a stone like monolith that goes from floor to ceiling. So, and it's got like sides, or these little slits that you can look through are just big enough that your hands can fit in them.
Like,
So,
could it
what
be
do you try to do
pushed?
to move it?
Well, let me first take my 10-foot pole and just kind of like wave it around in the gaps to make sure there's not like saws or something like that that are going to shoot out and take your hand off or something.
Yeah. So you kind of like fiddle around inside the gaps. You don't trigger anything, but you do notice that kind of the way these doorways are shaped. If I freehand draw this, can I draw? You guys can't see on top of the fog of war, right?
I don't
No.
think so.
I'll draw in the water up at the top, but
Okay.
it seems like if there's a wall, it's like this shape, and then door, and then wall. So
So it could
You've been
slide
looking
into
through.
like the left
Yeah.
or the right or something.
Right. You notice that when you go to stick it in, because your stick like goes in there, but it can also be pushed through. And either way. And
Well,
then
do we
this
want-
spot's
Anybody have
like
a
big enough to get
crowbar?
your hands.
Let me check if I do or don't. I do have a variety of tools.
Yes.
Strangely enough, I appear to have everything but a crowbar.
I have a crowbar.
I'm not sure if they're
I
actually
don't.
in this game or not.
I imagine they are.
I have iron spikes.
Yeah, they're not explicitly listed in the.
What are those crowbars for ants?
So, how are you attempting to move this, Eddie? Like, give me a walkthrough of what motion you're going at.
Okay, I'm going
I'll
to
see what
strap my
happens.
axe to my back, first of all.
Okay.
Second of all, I'm going to slap my hands together in manly fashion, rub them hard so they warm up. And I'm going to spit on my palms and rub that in a little bit. Then I'm going to grab it by one side. I'm going to go ahead and say the right side, as
Yep.
big a grip on it as I can. I'm going to brace myself against the floor to the left, and I'm going to
Yep.
heave on that thing like I'm trying to yank, a fat sandwich out of someone's hands. Just give it a tug.
So, okay. So you're like, okay. Your
It's like I'm doing a reverse lunge.
reverse lunge.
Yeah.
So, what
Stretching out my
direction?
creamy hamstrings.
Are you like, you're like on this side of the door?
I am moving it right to left, trying to pull it to the left.
Right. Okay. So you're like on this side, you're grabbing here and you're pulling it that way.
Yeah, I'm kind of like braced in the center of the door. I can't really put myself in the center,
What are you
like right there.
Right.
And
if
then
you
I'm
hold
trying
Alt.
to grab it. I'm trying to grab the right edge of the door and slide it to the left.
Okay. You do that. So after you like pull it, and I'm not going to make you roll, but you grab, and it takes like a little bit of resistance at first, and it feels like it lifts out of a groove. And
Ah.
you pull it to the side, and it clicks, and it seems to be like right halfway in the middle of this doorway. So like half of it's open, half of it's closed.
Can I
and
pull
you
harder
see,
and get it out of a groove again? Or is it just stuck where it
no,
is?
you feel like it feels like it hits the inside of the door. Like it seems like that's as
Okay,
far
it's
over
hitting
as
an
it goes.
object and it's not going to move any further. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And then you see in
Guys.
the ground, the little groove that it came out of is circular. You see like the circular groove that it kind of divot that it sat in.
Okay.
And it looks like, I'll draw it up here again. I meant to have a image, but it wasn't uploading it very well. So it looks like the groove that it's in is like this shape.
Okay.
This is back at the top.
So yeah, this is back in the water. So it looks like it's sitting in this circular thing. You imagine the bottom of the door has like this circular
A dimple or
Just
something.
Dimple
fucking
on it.
rotate the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. Give me a pitton. We're hammering it in there to make sure this doesn't close.
You got it. I'll give you one.
All right. Able to do that. It definitely wedges it in. There's like a little bit of give as you shove it into one side. So you feel like you've shoved all of the slack and wedged this pitton into that little crack on that side.
All right. I suppose
Feels very
it's
snug.
time to live dangerously and put the smallest character through the door.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Or
And it's like it's
smallest.
comfortable
Which one of
enough
us is
for
smaller?
any of you.
I don't know. I'm a halfling.
I'm a gnome.
Probably a gnome. I would guess a gnome.
You're sneaky.
It might be like a little bit
I'll let you take this.
thinner
I don't
than
want to steal
a
your
standard
thunder.
door.
Yeah. This is what I live for. To die in a
Just
room by
all
myself.
you. You are the expert here.
Expert.
Out of all of your brothers, you're the
that's-
one that survived.
That's EX-PERT.
Yeah.
We're not sure what
All
PERT
right.
means, but man, we miss that guy.
When he leveled up, he became Pert Plus.
Yeah.
That was a lot funnier than it had any business being.
Well,
So
Okay.
you walk in, you see that it's a bit bigger inside of this room. You see there's a hallway that goes down. You see there seems to be like 4 doors along this hallway. And then there's a staircase going down at the end of the hallway.
well, knowing no better, let's just tap along until we get to probably our
All
first set of doors.
So you tap along, and as you get to right about here, you hear what sounds like chains kind of rustling lightly on either side of these doors.
Okay. I'll try and kind of not get too close to them in case something like tries to poke its way through it, but kind of peer through them.
Okay,
Like, kind of from around like a corner or something.
sure.
Maybe
so
I'll
you're trying like,
be here, but looking through like this one kind of,
yeah, you peek. It's very narrow. So you do that. You look in. You see there's like a cat is attacking me again. So
my cat's
you
currently
look
sitting
in
front of half my screen.
and you see that there are like, it's kind of hard to tell, but you see that there's like 2 kind of like hooks or I guess rings that are fastened to the back wall with chains going down leading to the center. But as far back as you are, you can't see what they're connecting to in the center, but you can see that they're like kind of moving slightly.
Okay. I'll kind of do the same thing. I'm gonna probably just make you do a lot of unnecessary work here for the sake of caution, but
No, you're fine. Same thing on the other side. You see like 2 rings that chains are attached to on the back wall that are leading to something like in the center in that space.
okay. So as long as it's not something moving around in the space freely, then I guess I'll go ahead and let's, since you're already on that one,
It's probably just children. Let's move on.
could be orphans.
Yeah.
You push in closer, and you see what looks to be a man who is like kneeling down. They're kind of like hanging. Their arms are up on these chains, but they're not like suspended in the air by them. And they're just kind of kneeling. I don't have the token for them. Where did that go? There's like a man kneeling like right there. Their heads hanging down. They seem to be wearing like just kind of loose fitting rags. And on their chest, they have this weird, gnarly, square shaped scar and some stitches.
Seen that Batman movie.
I don't want to know how you got those scars. Maybe I'll take my pole and just kind of like tap it on the ground, just kind of inside there a little bit.
Okay.
And see if he reacts. I want it to be just kind of a gentle, quiet sound and see if he reacts to the sound or not.
You tap there and it doesn't seem to react. No, he's just hanging his head down. Doesn't seem to be moving. He's like kind of swaying back and forth a little bit. And as you're like staring at him kind of intently, you can't tell if it's like a trick of the light because you've got a flickering light of your torch. It's just barely going through. It almost looks as if like the patch of skin on his chest that's a square is like pulsating.
Oh no. There's a part of me that thinks I know as a person what this is, but my character doesn't know. So maybe I'll, like take a rock and see if I can flick it into his face or something.
Okay. That'd be really hard to do without opening the door. You could like flick it towards him along the ground.
That's fine. If I can just get it near
it would
him,
be-
that'd be fine.
Yeah, it'd be like because it's not like that. It's more like
It's not straight enough to.
it's thicker. It's like as thick as the door in this, so it'd be really hard to like throw it down that into the side. Yeah. So you like pick up a little piece of rubber. There's plenty of little chunks of it, and then you like whack it with your pole into the room, and it kind of scutters on the ground. It rolls over in front of him. And it sits, and he like raises his head at it a little bit and then lowers it. So seems to be semi-conscious. Oh, the heck did you just...
Hey guy.
You call in the room.
Yeah.
As you call out, you don't see him react to it. But you do hear a voice come from this room here. You hear kind of like a faint, like choke, like, hello? Someone here?
Maybe.
I just
Oh.
whisper out very loudly, "No,
Where am I?
over there."
I guess let me take a quick peek in this room real quick, and then I'll go ahead and move cautiously to
See the same exact thing in this room.
Okay. So I'll kind of cautiously come up to this next one and
Okay. So you look through, same thing. You see it's like a man chained to the back wall. But he has his head up. And he looks a little bit different than the other ones. The other one, you can see like a clear difference between the square on their chest and the rest of their skin. This guy, most of his skin looks kind of discolored, and the seam of where that square was, you can see it's there, but you may not have noticed it if you didn't see like that's what you're looking for because you saw it on the other person. But it's a lot more faint on him.
like it's
Yeah, it looks like it's older, like it's had time to heal. And it just looks like most of his skin's just kind of like misshapen, almost like kind of like someone that's like been burned and it's regrown or something. Like just it looks gnarly.
what did they
You can see his head's up. And he's calling out. His eyes aren't really fixated on anything though. He's just calling.
Who are you?
It's like I'm with an NRC. I was mining. I don't know where I am right now though. I must have fallen in. I don't know why I'm chained up though.
You don't remember
This
anything happening to you? You got like a yeah.
I was with Athenheimer. We were heading south. He was angry. We marched through the night. I went to a mine. I don't really remember what happened after that, though. I know I was getting like I hadn't stopped for a break in a while, so I maybe I like passed out or something.
Can I give him 3 cups of water individually?
Do you want to open the door?
No, I don't. I was joking.
Yeah.
Well, you sit tight there for now. We're not sure what's going on here yet, and unless you want to set off traps
What
for us,
happened to
you're
my-
probably better off staying in there for now.
Are you guys with the NRC?
No.
Where am I?
You're in a place that's way underground, and we're not with the NRC.
What? I'm in the mine. This doesn't look like the mine.
We don't have a way to get you out right now.
Well,
You're in the special mine.
You're in the mines mine.
Mine?
I don't feel very good still. Do you guys have any like food or anything?
Sure, I'll well, shoot, I don't have any way to give it to him. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, probably not without opening the door.
Yeah. I don't trust their claymore chest pieces.
We'll come back for you. We got to find the key, then we'll come back for you.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Check the other door.
It's like, don't forget.
You got it, buddy.
You got it. We never forgot
Forget what?
about Timmy either. Never forget.
Same thing. You see,
forget,
actually,
Timmy.
in this room, you don't see anyone in it. You see just chains hanging down.
Okay. One of them's loose. Maybe.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, then the easy answer is let's keep going.
All right.
Just tap along and
Tap-a-roo.
gosh darn it. I hate this mouse with a passion. It keeps like flying me way off the edge of the map all the time. Because the right click sticks for some reason.
Yeah.
You see this. So you tap. As you tap along, you do hit a tripwire at the end of your pole, and this room in front of you lights up with torches that just shoot flames down. But you're far enough back that they don't seem to hit you. A few of them like dance a little bit close to you, but not enough to hurt you.
Get out my marshmallow and stick.
Yep. But yeah, you see like as you depress that tripwire, it seems to kind of like right itself back up and retighten after you let go of it.
Maybe I'll just try and cut that one.
Okay.
Twang.
So you cut it, and immediately upon cutting it, both pieces of the string just as if they were like on weights, and you hear some clicking in the walls. The torches in that room fire again, a little bit longer than they did before, and then they turn off.
Okay. I'm sure that was a wise decision.
The wisest.
Nothing can go wrong.
I figured I'd just, instead of rolling for remove traps, I'd just describe removing the trap.
Yeah,
How you doing?
My cat
Okay.
thinks it's a dog and plays fetch with me.
That's fantastic.
Okay. I'll lean back and say, I'm not dead yet. Like to the rest of the
All right.
party.
Give him the OK symbol.
Nice qualification.
All right.
But I may screw something up.
You do
Let us
see
know if that
as you walk
changes.
into this room, there seem to be 3 coffins. And it looks like there were, you see like kind of drag marks or something to each of these coffins. And they all are closed. But you see like some of the rubble, there's kind of like rubble and dust everywhere. But it seems like something was dragged through it towards each of these.
We got some dead ones up here.
Oh.
All right. I'll kind of just slowly move in, tapping away just in case.
Okay. Tap away. That happens.
I don't want to get too much closer than about here.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Just looks like 3 coffins.
I'll kind of maybe take this one and just kind of
Tap it.
and then listen.
You tap it. It feels really solid. And you almost see like this purplish shimmer as your stick hits it. Even though it looks like it's wood, but you see like this weird kind of purple hue as you whack it with your stick. But you don't hear anything.
Magic?
Golik replies, probably.
Good guess.
So I get an award, a prize. Did I do
No.
good? I'll probably do the same for this one over here too. Just
Okay. Same thing, same weird purple sheen.
okay. And then I'll kind of proceed on down to this next one, checking the
Okay.
floor, of course, and then I'll give it the traditional bonking of my people.
Yep. Same thing, purple sheen.
Boop.
I don't like any of these.
I think we should set fire to them. Just saying.
I agree with that statement.
You said they appear to be made out of wood, right?
Yep.
Let's start with the one that's not between me and the exit.
Okay. So, you, how are you guys lighting this on fire? Like, walk me through what you're doing.
Somebody surely has magic fire.
I
don't.
We have torches, so we could just set a
I'm
torch
supremely disappointed in you, Chuck. I'm
next
shocked.
to it or something.
Okay.
I will
Yeah.
cast protection from evil on you.
I mean, we can save that yet. I can always
Okay.
just use my 10-foot pole and then push the torch over to it
It works.
Sure.
and then regret my decisions later.
Chuck,
I
shortly after that first twinge of the purple light goes off, you feel something like vibrating in your pack.
oh no. What? I'll look for it. What the fuck?
That
do I
made
have
it
in
through
there?
customs?
You see that amulet that you had
Oh yeah.
taken off of the two elves in the bar.
Oh, someone's watching
You
us.
see it lights up with red.
I'll start kind of waving. I don't know
Oh, is
where
this
you're
like-
at.
Is this the part where we flip him off?
And after a few moments, it winks out.
Yeah. Because it was lighting up blue before, wasn't it?
No, it was red before.
It was red.
It's like a red
Oh, okay. It's red.
gemstone.
Okay. It's super simple.
I may not have said that, but I pictured it as red.
Someone's doing some form of dropping the eaves on us. So
Right. It was just a very general, like it has a super weak or a super petty version of detect divination. And so it can't tell you exactly, like it could be anything from someone scrying in that general direction to someone who has like a disembodied, any range of that type of spell that detects information. Will set that off. So you don't know what level of information they're collecting.
Yeah.
But you do know that they are.
We've been identified.
we have. So prepare for an ambush.
Maybe.
Nothing seems to happen though. You start, you touch the torch to the wood of this, and it takes a little bit. Seems like the wood's been treated with something. It takes a lot longer to catch than you thought it would. But eventually it clicks up and fire spreads across the coffin at the back of the room.
Okay. I guess we can give it a second to see, as it burns, what happens. Something screaming inside.
I would just start the other two immediately. Because if something tries to wake up,
Okay. Yeah.
burn it.
All right.
all.
We can do all three of them at the
You-
same time. No
So,
mistakes are being made here.
Imagine you guys start the other two at the same time. This first one gets started a few moments before the other two, and you start the others
I'll be back.
Then what? All three coffins are burning. You imagine it'll be probably about a minute or so before it burns through the wood.
Okay. And in that minute, I'll go get a beer.
Why don't we fall back and let these things burn through, just in case it's full of fucking bees or some shit.
Oh shit, not the bees.
Right. So it's not bees, but this one at the back room is the first to go. And it's been on for a little bit. And as you see, like the wood, like right when the top panel of the coffin seems to like dip down a little bit because some of the structure is giving way, it ruptures open as you see 4 or 5 spindly, fleshy tentacles that are on fire just shoot out of it, and they start writhing around in pain, screeching this horrible, like multi-layered voice.
I think we made the right decision.
It writhes,
and
you see it like tries to pull itself out almost, but as it's doing that, it seems to be like breaking the coffin apart as it's lost some of its structure to the fire, and it just withers out.
Back it up, just back it up, backing up. Yep, we're back.
Fire was a good call.
1 second.
Very good call.
Fire is always the right decision.
All right, let's push Dan's character into it.
When it's dead, we should search its ashes for any sort of magic that would be put into a statue.
Hey.
Then the other 2 shortly after,
And
similar.
with tentacles and everything?
Yeah, they burst out. Looks like something with strange fleshy tentacles tries to claw its way out, but it's completely doused in flame and
Cool.
burns out.
Very nice. Yeah, I guess we'll wait for him to stop moving and then go sift through the remains.
Okay. You do so. As you start sifting through the remains, you see this. It kind of looks like a body at first, but like misshapen. You don't find any bones, just flesh.
I mean,
And doesn't seem to have anything else in it, though. Just like a corpse missing its bones.
okay. So that's a dead end. I guess we could go back. As we were going, we turned left instead of going straight. We could go check out that straight. Was there anything weird with the door up there?
With this door?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it was blocked by some sort of mechanism that needed to be triggered. Like it was big. Where these were doors that seem to be in grooves. This one seems to be like a heavy stuck door that there's some mechanism
like a
preventing it from
mechanism.
being opened.
I'll go and search around it, see if I can find any signs of any mechanism.
Okay. You look around. The room in here seems pretty plain. And do you have any sort of like, are you doing like that 1d6 check thing?
Let's see. No, I don't have any special abilities for that shit. So
I think you get like a one on a 1d6 if you don't have a special ability for it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything in this room. Seems like there's some mechanism for it. It's like in a more narrow part, and there's a lot of dead space in all of these walls, so you don't know how far away the mechanism. It could be in this room or,
Okay. Well, pretty
any
much I
number of
was
rooms
searching
before.
until Dan got caught back up. He'd be like, this is your little red wagon, so you should help me out.
Ironically, I think it's more Eddie's than mine.
Is it?
Are we brute forcing it?
I don't actually have an ability for finding things like that unless it's covered in remove traps.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I can find traps. Maybe on a 1 or 2 out of a D6.
Well, Eddie did the check earlier to detect what type of wall it is, and he detected it was like a false wall, but it's some mechanism to move it. He didn't detect any traps with it. It just seems like there's some mechanism linked to this door that's not letting it open.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Are there any like sconces on the walls or anything like that?
Not in this room, no.
Okay.
Ironically, the thief is not good at finding things like this either. Do we want to just go and check out some more of our pushable doors backwards?
That sounds like a good idea.
I mean, we've
Yeah,
got
sure.
at least 4 more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Which one do you start on?
Just to be counterintuitive, let's do the one on the right.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for the sake of time, whenever probably not going to wrap tonight because we haven't even made it to Athenheimer or anything like that. So we'll probably have another session of
too
this
cautious
for the fight. No, that's fine. I mean, as you should be. But when you guys are investigating a room now, I'll just say, like, if it's not dangerous, I won't have you guys waste your time on it. So you pop this door open, and inside of this room, you find it's a weird shaped room, and it is full of you see like what kind of looks like makeshift medical supplies at first, but it seems to only be scalpels and bone saws and like stitching equipment. You don't see anything for anesthetics or anything like that. You just see like stitches and thread and scalpels
for cutting, squares in people's chests and inserting
yeah.
sandwiches directly, I assume.
Maybe I'll search around for any signs of what those square things might be. Like maybe they've got one that's not implanted yet.
Sure. You look around, you see there is like a table that's got this wicked looking black knife on it. It's like a big long wooden table. It's got this weird kind of old looking stone with this knife by it. And you see a bunch of blood has been like stained and then cleaned up and stained in this area.
Mm-hmm.
But it's on a table, so it's not big enough that a person could have fit on it. Right. It's just in this corner. So you imagine if there was like a piece of meat or something that they were like carving these squares out of, they're probably doing it on this table.
Okay.
I think I'll just take that creepy looking knife and sort of wipe it off on my pants and stick it in my backpack.
Stealing's always good.
Well, I mean, if I steal it now, they're not going to use it again. So,
Yes, altruism.
yeah, yes,
The best of the excuses for theft.
absolutely. I'm stealing it for everyone's good, but everyone.
I mean, even I didn't want to steal that.
Yeah, it's basically a storage room that you see in here. But you you pocket that knife.
Maybe we'll go
Carefully.
to the next one.
All right,
in this
creepy
room?
installation dagger with my
You
equipment.
see that there are you see like shackles and manacles and chains. There's just a bunch of spares, and you see some like some of those like really tiny sets of hammers and tongs that are used to like work the chains into place. This seems to be like where they're storing the tools to fasten all the manacles and chains to the wall.
Okay.
This is the recreation room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wait a minute. How many people had those squares cut in them?
3 out of 3.
3.
3. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I was thinking there were the 2 empty eye sockets of the statue, and for a moment I got really concerned.
3 out of 3 prisoners state that the square is their most favorite shape to be cut into their own chests.
10 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
Well, to move things along, do we want to just move on up to this next room?
Yes.
Yeah.
See another similar door to the other ones here. And I imagine you open it similarly. You slide it to the side.
Yes.
And it pops and it blocks the left half of that doorway. You look in, you see another room.
I mean, consistency is important.
It is.
Yes. See, it's like a big square room in here. Seems to be empty, but you do see another door on the opposite side of this room.
Okay. Assuming there's no need for it, I'd tap if needed, but otherwise we'll get to the door.
Yep. To get to the door, seems to be almost identical to the one that you opened to get in here.
But what's on the other side?
You slide it upside, and you see.
Is that a world of pure imagination? Is this Willy Wonka's
You
chocolate
see.
factory?
Something like that. You see another room. As soon as you slide this door to the side, the right eye lights up red on this.
Does it do it on both of them?
Later.
Yes.
Okay. So do we need to give these doors a little twisty in the middle so that they can see eye to eye?
Yeah.
I'm going to
You
just
try
step
it.
out of the way here.
I
Yep,
want to do
you do.
maybe this one first.
And their eyesight's above like your guys' heads. These doors, the only difference of them past the other ones is they seem to be slightly taller. And the eyesight of these statues is like well above all you guys' heads.
I'll give you the one
The
thing I kind of
doorways.
want to do is we'll turn this one maybe, come back, slide this one back in place, and then like use a grappling hook and like a pull or something, and then use that to lever the last door without any of us in front of it.
Okay.
Just in case there's BS to be had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone move to where they want to be when that happens.
Yeah.
Everybody move.
What did we do?
We're moving to
Move to where you want to be.
when we connect the eyeballs.
Mhm.
Behind Jake.
Okay. So you put both of these doors in this sort of fashion where they spin sideways. And the first one you do, like you slide it back out, and it takes a little bit, but it seems like pop, and it kind of grinds. And then once you get it exactly like halfway, it seems to drop a little bit into a groove again and kind of sits snugly halfway rotated. And there's room on either side of the door to walk through. You fasten a grappling hook and pull it this way. And same sort of thing happens. You get it pulled eventually, and it lines up like that. As soon as you do this, two things happen.
First, you all die. Second, a new
First,
game
you all
begins.
die.
Everybody's dead.
So, that's supposed to be. Why did it reset the color? So the other eye lights up red. Other eye lights up red, and you hear this loud crash as the floor in
Please let it not be the room that we're in.
This room
Oh, whew.
just falls away
Oh,
completely.
God damn.
Woo! Accidental good decisions, me.
Yeah.
Mhm. So it would be difficult to get across that room, but basically, like the entire interior of that room falls away.
I'm glad we accidentally did this right.
Also, so you hear like a crash as the floor of this room falls away, and after it settles, you still hear some grinding sound of stone farther away from you, and then you hear a click that kind of echoes through the halls coming from behind you guys.
Behind us, as in back by the door, or
Yes.
behind us, as in back
Yep.
towards the water?
Back towards the door.
Okay. I'll proceed cautiously towards the door once more, since there could be bad guys now.
Yeah.
I'll crawl along the floor underneath the site of the statue and then continue along.
So I'll probably move silently towards the door.
Okay. You go back up. You see that that stone door that was blocking the path is no longer there. And it seems to have raised up. And you can see like the very bottom of it in the top of the doorway now.
Okay. And there's nobody waiting for us to
You
murder
don't
us?
see anybody on the other side of it. Past it, you see a set of double doors that look kind of like those sliding ones.
Okay. We'll do the usual caution if needed. Otherwise, we'll approach those doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you opening these ones?
I'm gonna wait for people to get here first, so we can
Okay.
think about it. Are there like handles on them, or?
No, they look to be almost exactly the same as the other ones. It's just like a set of two of them next to each other.
And they have like the same recesses on left or right?
Yes, on the far walls, there's like the slats that stick out, and then you can see in between these two doors, there's a groove that connects them. So it looks like the groove goes all the way across.
So you could push them like all the way to one
Yes.
side. Or... Do we see much on the other side?
You see torchlight coming through the seam there. If you look through, you see it's kind of hard to see, but there's like just like pillars here. It's like a pretty big room.
Well, I'm not smart enough for this. Do we just want to push it to the left like normal?
Yep.
Do we push them both to the left or just one?
They're double doors. I say we push them both. Does that work?
All right.
All right, muscles.
Yeah. They seem to not be fitted to go a particular orientation. You can slide them both to the sides or rotate them or however you want.
I want to tumble them end over end.
That would be hard, but because they've got a groove in the ceiling too. But yeah, you're able to slide them apart. As soon as you start sliding the doors, you hear what sounds like metal clinking in the other room. It sounds like a sword like clinking against something, like someone's in sword combat.
Sucks for that guy.
You said the doors are open now?
Yeah, it's you hear that start like right as you guys start opening the doors.
Okay, never mind.
I guess I'll
And,
continue moving silently into the room.
And as soon as the doors open,
Good luck, me.
you see this very round shape. I didn't mean to reveal already. There we go.
Oh,
And you see in the middle of the room, kind of, Athenheimer with a sword out, and he just cuts down one of these skeleton zombies in front of him, or I guess it's skeleton. So it looks like one of the ones that you guys fought before. And there's the body of another one near him.
okay.
And so as soon as the door is open, he just cuts it down. And then turns to you guys like, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you guys here. What are you doing here?"
We're
It's
that's
Told
come
us you
find you when we're ready for more work.
well, just in time. Like, I don't know where
We
these
come for a
skeletons
job.
came from. Hopefully there weren't too much of a trouble outside. I sealed myself in here, but I guess one made it through the door.
Give paycheck.
It happens. Hey, how old are you?
Me? But
Yeah.
about 40 something.
Okay. Okay.
About 40 something.
don't throw your
About
back
40
out
something.
fighting these skeletons,
Hey,
old man.
It's hard to
older than
remember in
that.
the
It's
olden
fine.
times
Yeah.
how long a year was.
What's our wizard friend's name? Gore or something or other?
Golic.
Golic.
Golic. Does the name Golic ring any bells?
With that, all of your vision blocks out.
Roll
What the
initiative.
Can't see.
Then we die.
Are we dead?
Is it all of the party's vision or all of Chuck's vision?
Oh no.
Oh, we've been transported.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Copyright DOK. That's our song.
Yeah.
It's our theme song. It's super badass.
Defenders of Kobold, test your might.
It's a similar vision blackout as what you get when you're teleported.
Or
You
drink.
hear the familiar sound that you had just heard earlier as you used your teleportation. And you immediately are hit by this much brighter light as you're in a giant circle room. And you see Athenheimer up on this ledge above you guys. He says, "How do you know that name?"
I know it because he just said it.
we found a book, and we gave the book to the library.
And they used a badger to decipher the things in it. It was really weird.
It was, but then they ended up making a picture of this Golic person, and we were very surprised that it was your face. So, but they also said the dude was like
He's dead.
ancient, and super dead.
So we're like, it can't be you.
Yeah,
But maybe
it was
like
weird.
great-
We're just
great-
like, we're gonna go
great-
meet up with him anyway. We'll just ask him when we see him.
Maybe he's your great.
Where did you
grandpa.
find this book?
In the
With a badger guy.
one crypt you hired us to go into.
I
Chuck,
had
why
instructed
would you
you
say that?
to return to me anything you find in these, had I not?
Yeah, you did. We totally stole that so we can make some money.
I'll yell out like, "We don't listen to a lot of stuff. Who are you? Where are we? Who are you guys?"
Well, I was quite
Who am
enjoying having a bunch of people that just didn't ask any questions when I gave all these little odd jobs to. But
Mhm.
suppose you'll have to be repurposed.
Oh,
You're
I
not
don't like
gonna
the
make
sound
us
of that.
undead, are you?
Well, I guess that's up to you.
I don't want to.
That's
be.
where we're going to cut for
Oh,
tonight.
we get a choice. That's very kind of you.
Actually, before we cut out, I do want to ask this guy. Would this be the thing you would use to repurpose us? And I would pull out the creepy dagger.
He says, well, that's part of the process. Your choice is dead or undead.
Well, and I'll throw the dagger into the bag of devouring.
And he like
All
winces
right.
a little bit out of that. He's like,
Twitch.
I have others, but they are difficult to make.
What else is in this room that we can throw in the back and devour?
Let's
Let's just
Take
piss this
option
guy
3.
off.
Yeah, you can't kill us if we kill ourselves first.
Fatality.
Yeah, just put the bag of devouring over our heads one by one.
Mhm.
Joke's on you.
Hey, want to see a trick? Funk.
yeah.
And then the last person stands on a bag of holding as they pull the bag of devouring over themselves into the bag of holding.
Oh my
There
gosh.
you go. He's gonna reach an arm in there, like, "Where did you go?" And he's gonna lose an arm.
No,
Doesn't
the
that-
2-bag thing. That's how this switches into a Spelljammer campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next
Yeah.
session.
That was
Yeah.
all I had.
Yeah. Either that or we go in the opposite order. We all get in the bag of holding and then into the bag of devouring.
Jake,
Either way,
Jake is like,
sad.
"I've destroyed the thing I can destroy. I'm done now."
Convert me to a zombie, will you? Well, yeah. How do you like
Now
that?
you're just gonna have to make me regular dead. Ha!
You'll have
That'll
to
show
settle
you.
for dead.
That'll show you.
Yep.
I
I
cast 2
think that's
magic
a
missiles
good,
on myself.
What are you gonna
spot
do?
to
Kill me
wrap
and
the
not
night.
bring me back?
Okay. Next Friday.
Next Friday will possibly be a short. I guess it depends on how long this fight lasts, because it could last a while.
I mean, none of
probably
us
a
have
shorter
much
session.
health. So
Right.
It's fine. It'll give us plenty of time to lore dump and talk about it afterwards.
True. Yes.
10-minute session.
Some hypotheticals on what could and couldn't have
Yeah.
happened. And
Yeah. Joe, how did we
Oppenheimer
fuck
goes
up your
first,
story?
and then
That's the
nobody else
question.
goes.
yeah. We'll figure that out next time.
Yeah.
did Golik come with us in this
He's supposed to be with
teleportation?
us, I thought.
He is with you guys.
Good.
Good.
Because he hopefully wouldn't recognize
Good
him
man.
since he's just a random elf at the moment.
Random Elf Fighter 7.
Yes.
Yes.
He seems to be addressing just the group of you guys.
Good. At least we've got a little trick up our
This-
sleeves.
This would be a
We've got
great
him
time
trapped
for
in Mortal
Golik.
Kombat.
This would be a great time for Golik to reach out both hands and just like grab 2 of us lightly by the shoulders and be like, I got him.
Okay.
I brought the prisoners, sir.
I think it's late for that.
Right.
Nah, he can pull it off. Quick charisma check.
All right.
He's an
Yeah.
elf.
I guess that's where we're going to pick up next time. We'll start off with the boss battle, wrap things up, and next session will be our finale.
Yes.
And the week after will be the
Playtest.
port playtest of
Yes.
my game system.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
What else do we have on the calendar?
Tomorrow is Saturday at 9 p.m. Central here on Defenders. We're going to be playing some The Darkest House or whatever. Do you remember the fucking name of it, Jake?
I think it's the Darkest House.
The Darkest House. Steven, the DM, is going to be running it for us. We'll have Jeff and Ashley from the Lollygaggers, Jake and I. We're going to be rummaging through a haunted house. Sunday is
When is that?
Halloween. That's tomorrow
That's
night.
tomorrow.
Mhm.
Tomorrow night you're doing that. Okay.
Oh, Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah. Sunday, we don't have anything on the calendar because it's Halloween. Depending if we get bored or wrap up our shit early, who knows if we'll spin up a Halloween one shot or not. I don't fucking know. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, we'll be doing some Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Thursday, we're scheduled for some 5th Ed Watercolors and Warriors. It's our Ghibli-inspired campaign. The crew's currently stuck in the Feywild and trying to find their way home. One of the possible ways home that they were given is that there's a dragon turtle out in the ocean, and all they have to do is climb up the dragon turtle's butthole, and there's a portal to the material plane over there. So
I'm sure they'll go for that.
sure they will. Yeah, and then next Friday, finale of this, and then Saturday we'll be doing Forbidden Lands and Darkest House. So we got a bunch of fucking shit. Oh, and also, I've been officially accepted into Grim and Perilous Studios. So the first project I've worked on will be coming out in November. Yeah, creatures from African folklore from the By the Fire podcast. So very cool. I don't know. That's all I fucking got.
Awesome. All right. Well, next session will be fun. It'll be a wrap of our Velaren campaign. Until then, have a good Halloween, everybody. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Watching everybody.
Whoa.